what's up, guys? This is Josh. I'm here with Louie. Together, we make the Dead of Night broadcast.
Bring in your fucking nightmares true.
Hell yeah. Today, we're going to take a little trip down to Valentine Bluffs.
Yes.
We're going to go hang out in the Hanniger Mines. How does that sound?
Sounds good, man. Not a very good miner, but I'll try. I don't want to die of the black lung.
Dude, yeah, no joke. That was probably a rough-ass job.
Yeah, miners don't make it long ever. That's like one of the worst professions. I don't even think they even do that anymore.
You know, I don't really hear about it anymore much. But
I don't either. It's not like a job. That's not like a job you hear that people keep doing.
I think people got a little smart and were like, shit, man, our life expectancy goes down when we're doing this shit.
I'm sure if they still do it, it's probably very beneficial. Like, I'm sure you make really good money at it.
Yeah, and have like all the right better equipment now.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, today we're talking about the OG Bloody Valentine, released February 11th, 1981. Yeah. So, what were your thoughts going into this?
So this movie I love. It is a very good cult classic. I was talking about this on TikTok earlier, but I think that because it came out in 1981 and the previous year you had Friday the 13th come out, so that had a lot of success. And then you have this movie come out in 1981 and you have this like super cool like brand new like slasher killer, and then in the years following that it kind of gets overshadowed with the Friday the 13th films. So this one really becomes a cult classic. It doesn't get a lot of love, and I think that it is, unless you're a part of the horror world, like that's not something that if you're looking on the outside in, that's not something you like immediately would go to. Unless you're like a true blue horror fan that would know about this movie. Otherwise, people looking on the outside, people getting into horror this would not be like, this would be like one of those films they've never even heard of. I love that it had a pretty low budget, but it really has a really good story. Especially, you got a group of friends that work at the Hanniger Mine, and they're about to have this Valentine's Day dance, and they live in the town of Valentine Bluff, and and you find out the reason that it's been that long is because 20 years prior in 1960, they had a guy that was stuck down in Hanniger Mine along with his co-workers, and the other guys that were in charge of pulling him up were like, we got to get out of here, and they didn't check the methane levels of the mine, and it exploded. And the guy's name was Henry Warden. He was the only survivor, had to survive on eating his co-workers, and went absolutely insane. Then gets his revenge by taking out the people that left him down there and cutting out their hearts, wearing the mining suit, which is an iconic look because this doesn't have a lot of sequels to it. This one just has this movie and the remake, so you really don't have anything really to base it off of. So I really think that it is a really good film when it stands alone, and it's one of those movies that just kind of jumps out at you, especially because of the story of Henry Warden, and then all of a sudden you're like, the mayor is getting like heart-shaped candy boxes with actual human hearts in it with these weird poems about, roses are red, violets are blue, one is dead, and so are you, and like these are silly poems that are around the town, and it's a really cool story. So one of my favorites.
Yeah, and more recently a fan film came out called Valentine's Bluff.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And it has Christy from Nightmare Toys.
Yeah,
she's in it.
No shit.
Yeah.
It's called Valentine's Bluff? I've never even heard about it. If I had a pen, I'd write that down. Where can I see it? YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I checked it out last year. It's pretty good. These fan films are doing pretty well. So
yeah, they are.
It was about time. Like, they gave Harry Warden and the whole My Bloody Valentine a little more extra love. So
right. A lot of people should make, fan films.
Wink,
wink, nudge, nudge. Right?
Made made by the fans for the fans.
Yeah, I'm just saying there should be a fan film, just a fan film out there for a certain movie. Never mind. I wonder when that'll happen.
Yeah. Very soon, I hope.
Me too.
So in this movie, you've got T.J. Hanniger. He's like, our main kind of, I would say, protagonist / antagonist, because he's like, everybody's pissed off, like he like left, he came back.
Yep.
Everybody was like, didn't know where he went or like what he was doing with his life. He left this girl Sarah behind, that they were in love, and he just kind of left her high and dry. So then she ends up getting with one of the other miners, Axel.
Total dick.
Yeah, more than you know. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
And he comes back and it stirs up stuff, what's going on in the town. Then the killing starts happening again. And everybody's like, or they're trying to like keep going on about their lives. They're like, why are you canceling the dance? Because like the police wants to cancel the mayor wants to cancel the dance.
Yeah.
They try looking into what happened to Harry, because they send him away to be locked up 20
then
years
they can't find him anymore. They have no record. They have no record of where he is. That's actually like really scary.
Yeah,
it's got a lot of like cool Michael Myers, kind of elements to it too. You got the crazy guy that escapes the mental institution. You can't find him. That's what makes it like that. The first thing that jumps out to me is the fact that they don't know who you're talking about, and the cop's like, "It's a court order. What are you talking about? He was supposed to be there." And she's like, "I don't know. It's gonna take me a few days to process his paperwork." Are you fucking kidding me? This guy's chopping out people's hearts and throwing people in washer and dryers and burning them, which would never happen, by the way. That would not happen. There's no way that's real. Right?
I particularly like that kill, the guy setting up the fake Harry Warden, and he opens the door and it comes out, and he's like, you can see this dude's getting a kick out of it. He's like, he keeps opening the door and he's like, and he's like,
them.
And then he hears like this noise, and then he goes and he's like, I'm gonna open it one more time, and then he opens it, and the real Harry or the real killer
right under the jaw with the pickaxe. Yeah. That is a gnarly kill. And it's like right through the jaw and up through the eyeball. And I was like, ooh, that's good. That one, and the one where he puts the girl, I can't remember her name, like Sasha or Sadie or something, when they're in the shower and he shoves her through the pipe and the water's coming out of her mouth. Huh, that's amazing. That one's good too. But like the two like lamest deaths is definitely the throwing the old lady in the dryer and then burning that dude's, boiling a guy's face in the hot dog water. And then, like, they find his heart in the hot dog water when they're, like, getting hot dogs later. Like, you wouldn't, like, how would you clean that up? Like, you realize how much blood is in it? You realize how you would have to, like, get somebody's heart out? Like, that whole bowl would be full with blood. You couldn't clean that up.
Right? Yeah, Mabel was the one in the, in the laundry, and then ends up, he sends the officer, a heart-shaped box of actual candy, and it says he gets one and it says it's from Mabel, which is really, really sad for him when he, it's right after he found her dead. So
yeah.
But yeah, and then like we were talking, the intro to the movie is like, the girl and the guy down in the mine. You've got like
heavy, and then it's got that little heart tattoo over her heart, and then right through the pickaxe. Goes from
HBO After Dark to fucking
it goes from softcore to like snuff film in like 8 seconds, and it's pretty good kill too. That's how they open the movie, and she's all like pulling on his like gas mask, like ooh, and you're like, oh, what are we gonna see here? Nope, just dead.
Nope. Yep. You're gone. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed it, and I was doing a little like research, of course, like we always like to do. Found out it was filmed in Nova Scotia, Canada. They did it in the Sydney mines, and they picked that particular area to film in for its rustic atmosphere. But I think they picked a pretty good spot. The mines were really cool. It was, and the fact that they were real mines was even better.
Now I've always wondered that if it was real mines or if that was like a set.
Nope, this was the Sydney mines.
Okay.
So they went legit, which is awesome. It's better than like setting up a fake stage mine and like how Hollywood does it nowadays.
Right. That's cool that they did it that way.
Yeah, on location. But yeah, and then I noticed too, and throughout the movie, like his calling card was also not only the hearts in the boxes, but the upside down hearts.
Yeah. Like anti-Valentines. Yeah.
Right. It's like the cross upside down, but hearts upside down.
Like I said, it's a cool story.
Yeah, and how'd you feel about the reveal at the end?
The reveal at the end, when I first saw this movie, so I was like maybe 15, 16. I was a teenager when I first saw it. So I want to say like the reveal, I was a little bummed that it actually, and then we're going to spoil it. Are we spoiling this or are we going to keep that under wraps? The ending.
I think we could spoil it. It's been out for 40 years.
Okay. So like the fact that it's not Harry Warden, it kind of bums me out that it's not really him. That you find out that it's Axel and you're like, oh. That was actually kind of a bummer to me because I really thought it was Harry Warden, and when they pulled off his mask, he was going to be all decrepit and weird, and then like throw him in a crazy loony bin again. But then you find out like he just died like 5 years prior, and they just lost the paperwork. That's just like I was a little bummed with the ending, but I do like when they're trying to dig after they knock the mine down, then Axel falls in and they're trying to dig him out, and he's all, "Sarah, be my Valentine," and he runs off into the mine, never to be heard from again. It's up the next
and
legend.
He's like, and he tells TJ, I'll see you in hell, and like, Harry, this town's gonna pay for like, for coming back.
Yeah. Coming here, you're all gonna die. It's a really cool. That part is cool, but I just like it bums me out, but like it makes sense. Like it does make sense at the end because you find out that the doctor was actually Axel's father, and the Harry Warden broke in. Enters all over young Harry's face, traumatizes him forever, and he just kind of masks that until he waits for his opportunity. And I think that one of the biggest opportunities is he gets with Sarah. So if you think that maybe TJ didn't come back to Valentine Bluff, you'd actually even pull the trigger on this. But I think it was motive and opportunity is what drove him over the edge, because he's mad because Axel has come, or Axel's comes back, and he knows that she has mixed feelings, and they're doing the whole Valentine's thing. So I think that he took Harry and was like, "Hey, I could really screw with these people." But I think that was motive, and I think it was really his big motive was Sarah liking or TJ coming back and Sarah going with him. So I think that's what sent him over the edge.
Have you seen the remake?
Yeah, I've seen the remake. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do remember it being pretty good because I actually saw it in the theaters when it was 3D, and I thought that was fun. When he's got the axe and the pickaxe, and he throws it at the screen, and it kind of does this whole thing that comes at you. I really enjoyed the remake. I would check it out a few other times. The kill scenes are a little bit more brutal because it's made in 2009. However, there's a lot more CGI into it than there is practical effects, so it kind of takes the piss out of it. But actually, it's got great actors. It's got a great storyline, and they pay a lot of homage to the original. So
yeah, the only like major difference is they flipped the killer, really. It ends up being Hanniger instead of Axel. He tries to get you to believe that it's Axel, because like the girl that gets pregnant with Axel's baby, he's already with Sarah, and like just that ending, like, man, and then he just walks out of the mine like all like
nonchalant.
away with it. Yeah, because he looks like a firefighter, I think it was a firefighter or something at the end, because
it looks like a firefighter. Yeah, I think that's it. I really like the grocery store scene. That one's really good. The grocery store where they're fighting in the grocery store was awesome. Also, in the original, he's bashing the lights with the pickaxe, and this one, when they're facing off, he just smashes it up really quick and it looks really cool. So I really think they did really pay a lot of attention to the original film, and I think that they switched the killers on you to, for people that were huge fans of this movie. They weren't going to see that coming. Like, oh, that's a cool twist. That's really the only difference. That's pretty much what they had to do. Otherwise, it'd have been a word for word movie, and it just wouldn't have been any fun.
Yeah,
you're going to do a remake now. I would like to see a prequel to this. Why? I want to see when prequel, when Harry started killing people. That's kind of what I want to see. That would be cool.
I think it would be cool to elaborate too, maybe have it's almost like one of those survival movies too, have the beginning be him slipping into cannibalism and fighting for survival in the bottom of this pit, and what makes him so pissed off and becoming this killer would be, that'd be an excellent way to start the prequel and kick it off with that whole first, instead of just skimming over it like they do, it's kind of oh, he went and killed all these people, but they don't really go into much about it. It'd be cool to elaborate. So I
it'd be very cool to elaborate. Tell me a little bit about, give me a little, without giving away spoilers, because I actually haven't seen the fan film. So give me a little rundown of that. What's that one about? Is it a prequel? A continuation story?
It's more of a continuation. If I can remember correctly. Like I said, I saw it a year ago.
Okay.
So I can't remember everything about it, but I remember it being really, really good. I think it also had another buddy of mine who was in Never Hike Alone 2.
Okay.
The one who played the young Tommy Jarvis.
Okay.
I think he was part of that again as well. But then Christy was in it, and I'm pretty sure it was a continuation. It definitely wasn't a prequel, but it just was more, more Harry Warden killing minor, I just ripped ass. Not gonna lie. I'd have to go and rewatch.
Something went bump in the. Was your asshole?
Yeah, that was my asshole. But I'd have to watch it again because I only it really sometimes I have to watch things multiple times for it to really soak in. But I saw it last February, I'm pretty sure. But it was good from what I can remember, and it was just a continuation of the story. But anything to get more of the the Bloody Valentine stuff going on in the minor, because like you said, he's a really cool, unique killer. He's got his ice pickaxe,
signature weapon, the iconic weapon that that is, to me, that's what stands out. The way he looks is not something that everybody would associate with, and I think that's what makes it cool, is because it's so underground, that it's not a very popular movie, and that's what makes it cool. Unless you're a horror fan, you're like, oh, this is such a good movie, and then but people on the outside looking in, they could see the Freddy Krueger glove, the butcher knife, and immediately associate with things with that, because they are popular, that reach out beyond horror. But horror movies within the horror community, I love films like that aren't very popular. I hope that my movies are like that one day. I hope our movies are like that one day, that they're only cool in a certain group of people, that I hope my movies suck forever, because things that suck are awesome. Once it goes mainstream, man, it blows.
Yeah,
that's in my opinion.
It's funny because earlier you mentioned how you were bummed that it was not Harry Warden, but it was Axel, and I had a thought during that moment. I totally almost forgot it, but it made me think how many people were pissed off from part 5 of Friday the 13th when it was Roy. It was another Roy situation.
It was another Roy situation. I never even thought about that. That actually doesn't really piss me off as much as this one does. Like I totally, you could kind of guess, that it's not really gonna be him. Like I don't know. I didn't really. I thought that this was going to be like as you're watching the sequels, you're like, okay, this is part 5. What are they going to do differently? So when you saw it, you're like, oh, that's kind of nifty. What happened to Jason? So that doesn't make me as mad as it should. But like, I was like, now that part 5 has never been my favorite. 3, 2, 3, 6, and fucking the Never Hike Alone movies. Also, I'm a really big fan of Jason Goes on a Boat. Manhattan is one of my favorite. People crap on that movie all the time, but I love Jason Takes a Boat. They're like, how do you get to Manhattan from Camp Crystal Lake? It's in New Jersey. The lake connects to the ocean. Who? I don't know. They took a boat there. Who cares?
And there was a guitar kill in that, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. That's a really good kill too, because I was just get out of my head because I was just thinking that when she's playing on the stairs and he crams the guitar through her. That's so awesome. That's such a good kill.
And to defend part 5, because like most people, it's not my favorite, but I mean I don't hate it. I really enjoyed it. It had some really good kills.
It does.
Including kills that weren't Jason. Like, I mean, well, all of them weren't Jason, but like the one with the guy living there that he was chopping the wood, and then he was like trying to give him the candy bar, and he's like, "Not now!" And he's like, "Just forget it, Vic. Forget it." And he like walks away, and he just starts hacking him up, and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like, that's like the last thing he expected. But he was pushing his button.
Yeah, not only that, but part 5's got some great actors in it too. That's got a banger cast in it. That's like one of my favorite casting of those films is like part 5, 2, 3, 5, 6. Manhattan. Like those movies with the cast really stand out. So and then like the remake isn't as. I can see why I know we're going off topic here, but I can see why the remake. Why people don't like the remake, because Jason Voorhees would never take a fucking he would never take a prisoner. I don't know if I hate that as much as everybody else does. Like, I get it.
Yeah, well, and because it's, I think if I remember correctly, it's because he thinks she looks like his mother.
Yeah, but you got the first 3 movies crammed into one, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, and it was brutal as shit. Like the girl
opening alive, scene, that's how it opened. Like the campfire scene where he's beating her against a tree, and then he shoves that, and the guy's running away, and he chops the axe at him, and like that's the opening. And I was like, oh fuck, this is gonna get crazy, and it does. Except for the whole nipple placement thing. Like that's a stupid line, but that guy gets murked anyway, so fucking.
Right, and I love how they're like out there searching for weed. Or like the 2 guys are out there searching for this weed crop, and
that they plant. I think they planted it.
Oh, okay. They're coming back to check on the fruits of their labor,
right? And like both those, it's funny because both those guys that are in Supernatural, one of them's in the remake of this film, and the other one's in the remake of Friday the 13th. So I would like to see them in like different films. I'd like to see them in their own slasher movies.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed watching this. Good way to kick off the Valentine's Day vibes.
The festivities.
The festivities. Hopefully we don't got any crazy fucking miners out here.
Yeah, we don't have any like underground mines here, so I think we're safe.
Good.
Yeah, we have idiots that like to use pickaxes to like take the ice off the sidewalks, which is really dumb, but they'll just kill themselves, not me.
Yeah.
I don't know why you need to take the ice. We have salt, for fuck's sake.
Right.
You can buy salt from the gas station. Why are you using that? Okay.
Today's episode is brought to you by Beast.
The Beast.
Have you ever had these?
I do not like Monster. I like the cheaper ones, like they're called Venom.
Okay. This is alcoholic.
Oh, is it?
It's alcoholic Monster.
Oh, Christ. I don't. I just drink regular beer. When it comes to alcohol, we're cracking.
Yeah, we're cracking
9
it open, bud. Hell yeah, 9 o'clock. Yeah, 11 for you, 9 o'clock for me.
Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and we're cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Cool. I have water. Does that make it cool?
Would you also like some cheap vodka?
Oh Jesus! No. That's the last time I drank vodka. Went to the bar, beat up the whole town.
Oh, shit.
It wasn't me. It was Vlad. It was Vlad Broflowski. Or Vlad. What's his last name? I don't know. Whatever Russian guy. My Russian alter ego.
I was gonna say your alter ego.
Yeah, Vladimir Lazarevich. That's it. That was him. It wasn't me.
But yeah, we're gonna get for all you viewers out there. Sorry, I'm not meaning to stutter. I think the beast is already hitting. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna have a lot more episodes coming out. We're gonna have some special guests on the show.
Yes, we are.
If you haven't checked out some of our previous episodes, we had Johnny Noyes on. Yep. We had Ken from Sledgehammer Horror. And we've got so many more coming. We're excited. We got some tricks up our sleeves, so be prepared.
Yes, we are. We have some good things going on this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We also got 2 films coming out. You've got 'Tis the Season, and I have the Clintonville Slasher coming out as well, which is my film is an 80s horror film. Your film is a sequel, and I'm very excited for that. Don't you have another one coming out? Isn't Dial Tone coming out this year?
Yeah, Dial Tone is supposed to come out. I've had some setbacks, but my wife is actually providing the voice over the, she's providing a part for this film. I'm not going to spoil it. But I had to I had to go back. I had to reshoot, of course. There were some things I didn't like. And then just waiting on my wife and I's schedules are very different. So it's been hard to get together and record her parts. But we're going to do that. And I just have to finish editing it. Now that I've reshot a lot of it, I've got most of it edited together. I just got to add the background music and add her scenes, and then it's done.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to releasing Dial Tone. I'm looking forward to 'Tis the Season. Like you said, it is a sequel to Crimson Nightfall.
Yes.
I know it sounds totally weird, but we went from one holiday. But we went from one holiday to another. Yeah. Went from Halloween to Christmas.
Who doesn't like a good Christmas horror film? Those are always fun.
Right.
Who doesn't like a good holiday horror movie?
Right. We need more of those in our lives. We do.
Definitely. I just picked up a holiday horror movie myself.
I saw that at Walmart. I was like, damn, I need to pick that up.
Yeah, I picked it up opening day. When they dropped it, I was like, I have to have this on physical media. I have to. Have to.
That was one hell of a film. Eli Roth puts out some bangers. When he puts out he has some hit and misses, but when he puts out a good one, it's a good one. Like the Green Inferno is crazy as shit.
That's a good movie. So is Hostel and Hostel Part 2. Those movies are Eli Roth's fucking masterpieces. I love those movies, and my wife does not like gore fest, and I think that what makes them scary is the fact that they're fucking realistic. The fact that this shit could actually happen, not only in the sequel where they're bidding on people, which is disgusting and so fucking scary, but you just know how much more in depth it goes after the first one. That movie is just oh my god. Now part 3 is kind of stupid. I don't think Eli Roth really had anything to do with it. I think they just bought the rights to it and made it, and that wasn't a very good one. That one's more or less basically the Purge Part 4, where a bunch of people pay to watch you torture somebody, and that's just dumb. I like the first. We're going way off topic, but I love the first Purge, and that's about all of the ones I like. The first Purge is amazing, which we should do a review on because that movie's awesome.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. And you know what? It's totally cool to go off topic a little bit because, you know, this channel, that's what we're all about, is talking horror. And sometimes that conversation goes elsewhere.
It does.
And as weird as it is that you were talking about them bidding on people, it made me think about, so my wife, I got her to start watching Walker, Texas Ranger, because when I was growing up, I watched that with my grandfather a lot.
Good show.
And there was an episode where people were stealing babies and then putting them on the market to people who couldn't, like, adopt children, and would make them pay $100,000 a pop.
That's crazy.
Per kid. And they would just walk in the store, steal these. He would tell them, like, this is the baby I want. Go get it. They would go get it. And, like, the one chick that's the main girl in this episode, you ever seen, like, The Wonder Years?
Yeah, Winnie.
Winnie. She played Winnie. Yeah. She's the mom in that. They make it look like she's a druggie. They shoot her up with drugs, falsify all these documents and make it seem like she willingly gave her child up. And nobody will believe her because it's all like there. They, like, copied her ID. They have all these signatures, and they, like, shot her up with drugs. So then when she's in the hospital, they think she's crazy. But the whole time they had stolen the baby and sold it to, like, one of, like, the rich people in the town. I was, but like,
Chuck Norris finds out about it, fucking kicks everybody's ass.
Dude, did you know he was fucking 50-something years old?
He's immortal. Yeah, he's immortal. Yeah. He's not a human being. That can't be a human being. There's no way you could be that badass and that old at the same time. That motherfucker's pulling, like, he's like 82 years old. And he can still beat the shit out of both of us put together.
Right? I'm actually going to be sad if he does go.
I don't think he'll go anywhere. He's God's too afraid to take him. He might kick his ass when he gets there. Norris doesn't die.
He'll just Benjamin Button, dude. He'll go in reverse. He'll, like, start de-aging.
Benjamin Button. That movie's weird.
It was good, but it was weird, yeah. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, talking shit, talking My Bloody Valentine. It's always a good time with me and my buddy Louie here.
Guys, thanks for stopping by and hearing us ramble on just crazy nonsense. But check out My Bloody Valentine. It is streaming. I saw it for free on Plateau TV, the original, and the remake's actually streaming on Tubi. So both for free. Yeah. Check them out. Those are banger movies. And then check out, what's the other one called?
Valentine's Bluff.
Valentine's Bluff. Check that out. And if you can link it in the description, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll definitely link it below. That way you can watch it as well.
Yes. Shout out to Christy Adams too.
Yeah, for sure. No, she is a real down to earth lady. I love talking to her. We'll have to have her on the show too to chat.
That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Talk about.
She said she's down. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, Nightmare. She runs Nightmare.
Yep. Nightmare Toys out in Las Vegas.
Yeah. The only other reason I would go there is to go to Nightmare Toys and then go to Zach Bagans Museum, because I don't gamble, so I really don't see a reason to go to Vegas. So, Nightmare Toys, money there. So
then I might go low blow the people over at Pawn Stars.
If you can get in, if you can actually get in, there's like a line that goes like 1,000 feet out the door. Like most of the time when you see people, those guys in there, that they're only making a special trip in there. You know, they're only in there for just for the show. Otherwise, they don't work there. They don't have to. They're making millions of dollars off of people and their stupid shit. People selling World War II, realizing they just got ripped off for like $500,000. And it's like, like that one guy had the Civil War, like the cannonball, and like Rick ripped him off for like almost $2.5 million, to less than what he gave him. And I was like, he's like, you could have sold that at auction for like $8 million or something, and he gave him like $60,000 or $600,000 or something. You still make a lot of money off of it, but then you get taxed. They don't give you that. They don't give you $600,000 and not tax it. They'd be going to fucking Pawn Stars in prison, you know?
Right. Well, fuck it then. I'm getting their information from somewhere, and I'm going to their house, and I'm gonna low blow them at their house.
Fuck, dude. I would know if I had anything. That was the last place I'd take it. That was the last place, and I don't understand where these people are getting all this shit from. Like, where do you people find a Civil War cannon?
Dude, at family air, they found it at a garage sale back in the 50s. I don't know,
What asshole would sell a cannonball at a garage sale? Seriously. That's fucking stupid. Put it in a 25-cent box, you fucking dickhead. 25 cents? Wow, it's worth $500,000. I would literally hate myself for the rest. Oh, it's a cannonball. Why would you?
Here's a paperweight.
Yeah. Well, there was that one guy that had Eddie Vedder's or what? Like the guy from Def Leppard. He had one of his guitars that he painted, and they called him in there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's mine," and he started shredding on it, and he's like, well, now you could sell it for twice as much money because the guy that painted it just played it. Now it's worth 3 times as much money. I'd be like, awesome, Dan. Thanks, man. Could you autograph it? And then I'll sell it for 3 times as much money as it was. Thanks for nothing. Right. I would have been like, okay, well, I would have highballed the shit out of him. And when I would have stuck to my guns, when he said no, I would have walked out that door and sold it in 10 minutes. There's no way if that guy shredded that guitar and then signed it afterwards. That guitar is almost priceless. He just played on camera.
Right? And then you've got people that are into music that much that would buy it. There is a market for that. So yeah, if they told me no, if I gave them a real good the price that I think it's worth, then I'd be like, well, screw you, dude. I will find somebody who will take it for that.
You walk out that door after that episode. You walk out the door, the episode will air, and your phone won't stop ringing.
Right.
Guaranteed. Right. There was another guy that had a bunch of NASA shit, NASA's shit off of Apollo 11 that went to the moon. He had some patch off of Buzz Aldrin's spacesuit, and they lowballed him so much. Why would you sell that? That's American history. Buzz Aldrin's patch went to the fucking moon. You're gonna sell that? Even if you did sell it, it's millions of dollars right there.
Yeah. No, that shit would have been hanging up in my house like that.
Fuck
I'm all about history, dude.
Shit would have been on my jacket. I don't even give a fuck. I'll put it on my jacket.
They'd be like,
no
dude, is that
now?
They're like, where'd you get that patch? No, this is the real fucking patch, dude.
Yeah, this one went to the fucking moon. I'm not giving nobody this.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much. We're still ranting here. But we'll definitely catch you guys on the next one. And you guys all have a fucking killer Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Have a killer Valentine's Day and stay out of the mines.
Stay out of the mines.
Don't have any parties, don't have any dances, or Henry's coming for you. Stay hard, everybody.
Woo! Peace.
Later.